up? What up? What up? Hello, everybody. Hello, Internet. Hello, Twitch. Hello, YouTube. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to go to my Twitch or my Twitter. I mean, your choice. I recommend going to my Twitch for all sorts of stuff. If you like watching streams, I'm going all out on Halloween this month, playing some scary games, spooky stuff, all on my channel all month long. So if you're a fan of that, you can stop by, come in my chat, talk to me about football. I like football. I don't really talk about it too much when I'm playing games on Twitch, but I would love to talk to people about it. So please come in and have a conversation with me. During these picks, I don't read the chat. I know a lot of you chat in the chat. Some of you chat in the chat. I don't read it. That's because I sort of want to stay in focus so that people can watch this on YouTube and enjoy this without me shouting out people. But I do appreciate you guys stopping by during my streams and talking to me about football. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, in the comments, just let me know. So week 5 predictions, NFL last week for week 4. I got my best record, 9 for 15. That's not bad. I mean, 9 for 15. That's honestly really not that bad. Like, all things considering, I have done way worse. 9 for 15. It means I only missed 6 games. Like, that's not awful. So hey, we're getting better. We're getting better, and we're going to hopefully get better this week. We have some good matchups. We have some sleepers. We have some snoozers, but we have some good ones. It's kind of funny. The primetime ones, I think, are actually the least interesting ones. It's kind of the ones early on. Although I guess tomorrow's the primetime game, which would be a perfect segue to talk about our first game, the Patriots and the Colts. Listen, the Patriots, a lot of teams were doubting them, starting 1-2. What's going on? What's happening? Are the Patriots done? And I've heard this asked last year, the year before. I live in New England. All right, I'm from New England. I was born in New England. Every year, the first fucking couple weeks, I hear Patriots fans here go, "Oh, boo-hoo, it's done. Boo-hoo, our legacy's done." And I'm like, bitch, what are you talking about? Nothing's done. Just wait, and proving myself right again. The Dolphins looked like they were the 2008 Lions. Like, they looked trash. And I don't even know if that's to blame the Dolphins or credit the Patriots. I'm going to do a little bit of both, but I'm going to credit the Patriots more. Their defense stepped up. Their offense stepped up. Everyone stepped up. And I think now they're playing a Colts team, which is, I think, worse than Miami's team. Although I don't think they're going to have a bad game this game. I think they just don't really have many weapons. And even the Dolphins have some weapons. But the Patriots are... Gronk is questionable, I believe. I don't know if he's ruled out or in. I know he didn't practice yesterday, so that means at the very least he's limited. But it doesn't matter, man. Tom Brady is Tom Brady. He has his weapons, and the defense it seems to be getting better. Edelman is coming back, which I hear nobody talking about. That piece of shit is coming back, and I don't hear anyone speaking about it. Like, no one has mentioned it. I know he's not like the best wide receiver ever, but he's a really good weapon for Tom Brady, and he's coming back this week. So I think that's going to put him over the edge. The Colts defense is actually probably their strongest part, which when the hell would I say that ever? And looking through the Colts history, their defense has always been their weakest part. But yeah, their defense is actually pretty solid. It's their offense that is struggling, especially just keeping the game alive. And man, Andrew Luck, dude, he can't come off that shoulder. He can't throw deep down the field. He's had good games, but he just doesn't have the stamina. He can't finish games with that arm, man. So that's why I'm going with the Patriots winning this one. Hey, this could be close. It's also in New England. I really can't see this going the Colts' way. As much as I'll be rooting for the Colts, my dad's from Indiana, so he's a huge Colts fan. So I'll be rooting for the Colts alongside him. But, man, yeah, I'm going to have to give this to the Patriots. It's just the smart choice here. So I'm going with the Pats. Broncos and Jets. Interesting game, interesting matchup, kind of. I think a lot of people are sleeping on the Broncos. No, not the Jets. A lot of people are sleeping on the Broncos. I know they just lost to the Chiefs, but that was the toughest game the Chiefs played all year, and that was a battle. I mean, that was a battle. You know what I'm saying? So I think the Broncos, both sides of the field, are really good. More defensively than offensively. Case Keenum, I think, is the weakest part on offense. But I mean, they have good wide receivers. Their running game is pretty decent. It's just it's just Case Keenum hasn't really come alive. But their defense is really good. They have some really good weapons. You have Miller and Chubb back there. Just great pieces on defense. So I think defensively they're really good. The Jets are a huge enigma. They started off being really good defensively. They've kind of blown it since then. I know they haven't played in a while. They haven't played since last Thursday, so they had a lot of days off between last game and this game. So I gotta, give them some credit, I suppose. Like, give them something. Give them some sort of like edge. That would be the advantage, I guess. But I don't know. They have some weapons offensively. They're all right to a little below average. They just really don't have much. And I don't know. They're a weird team. It depends which Jets team shows up. Even if the good Jets team shows up like they did week 1, I still think the Broncos are going to win this game. They just have a better defense. They have a better quarterback as of now. Sam Darnold's still a rookie. He's still getting used to things. Case Keenum hasn't been playing too well, but I think he's going to do well this game against the Jets defense. I think the Broncos are going to win this one. I really do. Do the Jets have a chance? Sure. But I'm not putting my money on them. All right. The Packers and the Lions. The Lions just lost to the Cowboys because they ran all over them. And now they have to play Green Bay. They're at home. And I'm going to say this right now. This is a divisional game. I truly believe this game's going to be close. I think maybe at the end, one team, the team I pick, which I'll name in a second, will kind of run away with it a little bit. But I think this is going to be a pretty close game all the way through. The Packers obviously have Aaron Rodgers. That's pretty much all you need. Defensively, they're nothing too special. But you can say the same thing about the Lions. Really nothing special about them. Their run game, they have some good receivers, but their run game is just not that great, and their defense is just bleh. I don't know, man. Especially against the run game. I know the Packers don't have a super strong run game, but I'm still going with the Packers. I think Aaron Rodgers will win this game. Again, I think this game will be close, and I think the Lions do have a chance to win this. I am not discounting the Lions at all. I'm just saying this could be a closer game than you think. Going with the Packers, though. All right, my team, the New York Giants, at Carolina. All right. I guess I'll start with the Panthers because I have a lot to say about the Giants. They're coming off a bye week. They're well rested. They got Cam Newton. They have weapons offensively for days, and their defense is solid. I think the Panthers are the most overrated team. I think they're underrated team. I say overrated, underrated team. They are, I think, a top 10, I would argue top 5 football team. Really, I really do think that. I think they're as good, if not better than the Saints. I'm saying it. They're good. All right, they're really good. And I'm just gonna. I think they have a solid everything. Defense, offense. They're great. The Giants. As a Giants fan, as someone who watches them, follows them religiously, a huge diehard Giants fan, their defense is really good. All right, their last week and pretty much throughout the whole entire season, their defense has been pretty solid. They've given up a few big plays here and there, but they're pretty consistent and they're pretty good. The only problem they have is rushing the passer. They just can't sack anyone. I think Vernon is coming back this game. Yeah, Olivier Vernon's coming back this game, so that's exciting. He can rush the passer for sure. But Cam Newton's nimble. He can run, and I think they're going to stop that. Offensively, the Giants. How do I say this nicely? They're bad. They're not good. And it's so sad for me because I think, people are going to be like, you, what the fuck? Shut this kid up. I think the Giants, offensively and defensively, but offensively too, have some of the best talent in the entire game. All right, Odell Beckham Jr., man, I know he's still coming off the injury. He's getting better right now. He's one of the best wide receivers in the game. Saquon Barkley is lighting up. You cannot deny that. Sterling Shepard has been doing incredible as well. If Ingram is back this game, which I think he may be, he's a reliable source when he can actually catch the ball. Eli Manning, of course, is the big question mark. The offensive line is the big question mark. I think they're both underperforming as well as is the coaching. I know a lot of people are saying Eli Manning sucks and he should have been gone a while ago. I disagree with that, but I do think his time is coming to an end. I think this is absolutely his last year unless he can just do something incredible, which I have seen him do before. Still though, yeah, no, I'm betting against my Giants here. As much as I love them, I'm going with the Panthers here. I think the Giants had a better chance to win last week than they do this week. I think they had a better chance beating the Saints. I think they matched up better against the Saints. The Panthers, man, they're defensively. I don't think they're going to be able to hold them, man. I think the Panthers are going to win this game. I think they're going to win this game convincingly. I hate to say it. I think the Giants may come out be up 7-0, and just like the Saints game last week, they'll blow it. Panthers will win it. That'll be the game. Hate to say it. Hate to do it. I think it's going to happen. Titans and Bills. All right, I got to be honest with you guys. I just have to be honest. Um, I picked the Titans once in week 1, and since then, week 2, 3, and 4, I picked against them, and they won. I had not got a single Titans game right. The one time I predicted them to win, they lost, and the 3 times I predicted them to lose, they win. Fucking mystery, man. I can never pick the Titans right, but I can pick the Bills right. I think I've picked every game except for the one they won. I picked the Bills to lose every game, and they've only won one, so that's helped me out a little bit. But the Titans are shockingly good. All right, they're shockingly good. I'm surprised. They have a lot of injured. They just don't really seem like a team with many, like, they have some weapons, but they're just not like a really like stacked football team. I mean, they beat the Jaguars, man. They just beat the Eagles last week. Like, they're a good team, man. They are a really good team. I mean, hey, man, the Bills could come alive there. The Bills defense is actually good, all right? Like, it's not like phenomenal, but the Bills defense is solid. It's definitely the strongest part of their team. They're really good at. They're really good at just stopping teams from scoring, I guess, is what they're really good at. But offensively, they're not good at all. They're really nothing too special. And I'm going with the Titans here. I just think it's an obvious pick. I keep picking against them. I think offensively, they're all right. But I guess they can just hold people down, man. They know how to finish games, I suppose. Their defense is pretty good. They held the Jags to only 6 points, and they held the Eagles pretty close last week, forcing an overtime and ended up beating them. So I'm going with the Titans here, man. Although this could be a close game, but I almost want to pick the Bills as just like my like what the fuck pick, and then it ends up happening because I'll be like, haha, I told you all. But I mean, I just don't think it's gonna happen. I'm not too confident in that pick, so I'm going with the Titans here. Falcons and Steelers. This is a pretty good game. All right, I'm gonna say this right now. I said the Panthers were the most underrated team. I think the Falcons are the second most underrated team. Both NFC South teams are underrated. Look, I know they're 1-3. The Falcons. They're 1-3. And some of you may say, yeah, the Falcons suck. The Falcons are 1-3. They're not good. I completely disagree with that. I think the Falcons' defense isn't good. I think the Falcons' defense is pretty not great. They have a lot of injured. They're really not that good. But offensively, they're really good. Yo, Calvin Ridley, I said at the beginning of the year he was going to do really well and light things up, and he is. He is doing incredible. You have Jones, running game's good. Matt Ryan's a solid quarterback. Offensively, the Falcons are really, really good. I know they're 1-3. They're not a 1-3 team. The Falcons, they just had to play the Saints. They beat the Panthers, but they had to play the Eagles. And they barely lost to the Bengals last week. And on the very last second, defensively they lost. Offensively, they're really, really good. All right. Other side, the Steelers are almost the exact same, except I don't think the Steelers are as good as the Falcons. I know they have, technically speaking, have a better record. They're 1-2-1. I know they have a better record, technically speaking, with that tie against the Browns, but kind of the same situation. Defensively, I think the Steelers are worse defensively than the Falcons. The Falcons are pretty bad defensively. The Steelers are straight up shit. They're terrible. Offensively, they're kind of in the same situation. They have Antonio Brown, who's really good. They have Juju. They have really, really good weapons. I think this would be a shootout. 100%. This is going to be a high-scoring game. This is going to go into the 40s, I think. Maybe 30s. I think this will go into the 30s, maybe 40s. And if it comes to a shootout, man, I think it will come to the team that has the slightly better defense. The defense that could possibly stop them on a big third down that matters. And I think the Falcons have that. I truly do. I also think they have a better offense. I think Matt Ryan is a better quarterback than Big Ben. I believe that, truly. I believe they have better receivers overall. I know Antonio Brown is probably the best receiver, but I think with Ridley and Jones and their running game and some of their obviously some of their running backs can receive, I think that they just have a better offensive game. And defensively, they're slightly better to be able to hold them to 34, while the Pittsburgh Steelers will only be able to hold them to 38. Still a close game. Could go either way. This is the one game. There's one other game that's harder. There's one more other game that is harder to pick, and it's coming up, and I'm very excited to talk all about it. But I'm going with the Falcons in this one. All right, what do we got here? We got Browns and Ravens. Ooh, this is a tough one for me. Except it's really not. Well, it's a divisional game. That's why it's tough. But the Ravens, another underrated team. They're top 10. They're probably a top 10, top 12 team. They're really good. They're really good. And I know the Browns came with that loss against the Raiders. But the Browns are actually, they're solid. They're not good, but they're solid. They're the best they've been in a long time, let's say that. It's a divisional game. And they could happen. And the Browns could win this game, but I'm going to go with the Ravens here. Their defense is just like it's so stacked. It's so stacked. And Joe Flacco is playing well, and his receivers are catching the ball. I think the Falcons, not the Falcons, rather. I'm getting bird teams messed up. I think the Ravens could end up blowing it. It's a team they could just blow a few games and end up being like 9-7 or 8-8. But the track they're on right now, they're looking really, really good. So, all right, next game, Bengals and Dolphins. This game I think it could be a tight one, although. Damn, those Bengals are on fire. Have I picked the Bengals? I picked the Bengals. Did I pick them week 1? I gotta check. I think they're the same thing with the Titans. Did I pick them week 1? Did I pick them week 1? Oh, that's my week 3 picks. Where's my week 1 picks? Here we go. I want to see if I picked them week 1. I didn't. Did I pick them week 2? I didn't. Did I pick them week 3? Bengals. I didn't. Did I pick them last week? I didn't. Yeah, I've picked against the Bengals every week. All 4 weeks I picked against them. Because I just didn't. I underestimate, man. If you're a Bengals fan, I'm sorry. I underestimated your team. Your team's really, really good. The Dolphins started 3-0, and now they're starting to show cracks on defense and offensively. They couldn't get it against the Patriots, and I think the Bengals are a better team than the Patriots. I really do. So I'm going to go with the Bengals here. I can't believe I haven't picked them yet. Their offense is on fire. They're finishing games. They're playing to the very end, and their defense ain't too shabby either, which is kind of shocking. The Bengals, I can't believe, are this good. I'm pretty shocked. Their coaching's good, which it hasn't been for a while, and overall, I think the Bengals are a playoff team. I don't think they're going to be a playoff winning team. They haven't been since the early 90s, 92, I think was the last time, or 91. But I'm still going to pick them. I'll still pick them. All right. This is the game of the week for me. Easily, this is the game of the week. I think the Rams are the LA Rams are the only team that's better than these two teams. I think these two teams are tied for second. All right. The Chiefs and the Jaguars. How is this not Sunday Night Football? How is this not Sunday night? How is it the fucking Cowboys and Texans or Sunday night? Who the fuck comes up with this shit? This should be the Sunday night game. Fucking idiots. All right, let's talk about it. Jags, Chiefs. Start off with my boys at the Chiefs. They played Monday night. They barely won, but man, Mahomes. I didn't know if I was like MVP, but I'm like, damn, he's one of the best playing right now this year. And then I saw that play where he had it in his right hand and the guy came to tackle him. He handed his ball to his left hand and fucking threw it. And as soon as he threw that and the guy caught it, I'm like, all right, this guy's the MVP. Like 100%. Mahomes is the real deal. He's so good. Offensively, the Chiefs are incredible. They're so good. Defensively, they're all right. Actually, they're pretty bad defensively. They're good on third down. All right, they have a lot of good stops on third down, but letting points scored, they're not good. They're one of the worst. And then you got the Jaguars. The Jaguars and Chiefs are pretty much the exact opposite, except, well, maybe not entirely. The Jaguars have a way better defense, 100%. They have one of the best defenses in the league, and the Jags' defense is as good as the Chiefs' offense, if you know what I'm trying to say here. Their defense is incredible. Offensively, they are missing Fournette, but I do think they have a chance to win this game. I think the Jaguars are a more complete team. Yes, I think the Chiefs have a better quarterback, and I think they have better weapons offensively. But the Jaguars can get it done. All right, the Jaguars can get it done. Let's not get that mixed up. And I think they have a better team. If you take offensively and defensively, I think the Jaguars are the most solid team. It's why I'm picking them. I don't think they necessarily have a chance to win. I think this game's even. And I think this game is going to be close. This is going to be a tight one, a high-scoring one. The real big question is the Jaguars' defense is so good and the Chiefs' offense is so good. Who's going to win that battle? And I'm just going to go with the Jags' defense because I just think it's a safe pick. And I know the Chiefs are at home. Maybe it's a smarter pick to go with. But I just feel the Jags in this one. I'm sorry. I think once the Chiefs lose, that's it, man. There'll only be one undefeated team, and that would be the Rams, which we'll get to in a second. Chargers and Raiders, divisional games. Yes, the Raiders got their first win. It was in overtime. Was it in overtime? I think it was, right? Was it in overtime? Yeah, well, I think it was. I don't exactly. Yeah, yes, it was. And the Raiders, they squeaked it out. I still, man, I don't have faith in the Raiders. Their defense sucked. Their defense bad. All right, their defense is straight up doo doo. And offensively, man, I just don't. I like Lynch, of course, as a running back. I just don't have faith in Derek Carr. I really don't. And the Chargers are kind of the opposite, or maybe actually sort of the same, sort of. Their defense, I think the Raiders don't have anything defensively. They really don't have any weapons after getting rid of Khalil Mack. They really don't have anything. The Chargers have defensive weapons. They just haven't really been doing anything lately. At least against good teams. But they're playing the Raiders. I think they can stop them defensively and do enough offensively to score points and win this game. I'm going with the Chargers here. I just like them against this matchup. But this is the divisional game. It's going to be close. Anyone can win. I'm still going to go with the Chargers here. Another good game on paper. Minnesota Vikings and the Eagles. Both these teams are struggling. I know the Eagles are 2-2, which isn't terrible. All right, but they're struggling, man. They're struggling. Both these teams have defensive problems, especially Minnesota. I mean, I know they played I will excuse the Rams game. The Rams are really good. I think they're the Super Bowl winner. I don't think any team's going to beat them defensively. Well, I mean, that's the only way to beat them, but I'm not going to expect any team to beat them defensively, no matter how good the defense is. Even like a team like the Jaguars, which are going to have to face the Rams later. I'm going to tell you right now, unless the Rams fall off, I'm picking the Rams. So future on that one. But I don't know, man. The Minnesota's defense, I know they've been giving a lot of points to teams. And the Bills game, man, that's still in the back of my head. That Bills game that they fucking blew, man. What's stopping that from happening here? I think they're going to give up a lot of points, and the Eagles are going to score a lot. Offensively, they're pretty good. All right, they're pretty good. It's hard to say if getting rid of Case Keenum was a good idea. I know Kirk Cousins isn't playing better with Case Keenum on the Broncos, but I think if they kept Case Keenum, he'd be playing pretty well. Hard to say if he'd be playing the Kirk Cousins, but I think he was last year at this point. He's still not terrible, but he does kind of blow games a little bit. He can't really hold on to games. It's what he does, man. He blows games. That's what he's known for. And they have a lot of weapons offensively. Thielen's really good. Cooks is pretty good. But I don't know. I got to go with the Eagles here, man. I think the Eagles I just have a better team overall. And I actually don't think the Eagles are going to do that well this year. I think after this game, they're going to lose like 6 of the next 8 or something. 6 out of the next 9. I think they're going to lose them. You're going to see me pick them. You're going to see me pick against the Eagles for the next couple weeks. Maybe not next week because they're playing the Giants, so hard to say there. But the weeks after that, you're going to see me picking against the Eagles unless there's injury or another thing happens. But I see the Eagles kind of win this game pretty convincingly. But I still think both these teams, playoff teams last year, but they're kind of sleepy this year. I think they're going to continue to be sleepy. And Minnesota, this will almost mark the end of Minnesota's season with only one win going in the week 6. I think this would be the end of their season. So, sorry, Vikings fans, going with the Eagles here. But sorry, Eagles fans, after this, they're not going to do too well. Just letting you know. All right, Rams and Seahawks. Look, both coming off a win. Seahawks barely won against the Cardinals. Earl Thomas is out now. And defensively, offensively, they just don't look that great. They don't really have any weapons anymore. I don't think the Seahawks are going to... just like the Eagles, you're going to see me pick against the Seahawks almost every week to the end of the season. Maybe when they play the Cardinals again, I'll pick them. But besides that, you're going to see me picking them picking against them. They are at home, which is a little bit of an advantage. But against this Rams team... offensively, defensively, special teams, the Rams are the best team in football. You cannot convince me otherwise. I'm going with the Rams. I don't have much to say about this game. I just don't think the Seahawks are that good, especially with Earl Thomas out. I don't think they're going to be able to hold them. I know it's a divisional game, and divisional games can be different. You know what I mean? Like a good team can still lose against a worse team, divisional team, because it's just how divisional games work. But fuck, man, I'm going with the Rams, and I'm not looking back. All right, Cardinals and 49ers. This is a hard game for me. I want to talk about sleepers. This is the sleepy game. This is the what? They're playing this game? Let's switch it. Let's switch to, let's watch something else. I don't know. Garoppolo's out, right? Still out. But they actually did pretty well offensively last week, right? Like, they didn't do that terrible, all things considering. Like, they didn't do that bad defensively against they played the Chargers, right? Is that how they played? I gotta check. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yes. Look, man, this is a tough game for me because both these teams have problems, all right? You got the 49ers have injuries, obviously. I think Sherman's still out, and you have Garoppolo out for the season. And they just don't have anything, man. Their season's basically over. It's like, oh, next year. It's a divisional game now, all right, just like the last one. So anything could happen. And the Cardinals looked all right at moments. Last week they looked okay, but they were playing the Seahawks, and even with the 49ers injured, I think they're actually a better team than Seattle. I'm going with the 49ers here. Man, this could be Cardinals' first win. I think this is going to be a close game. It's a divisional game. I think this will be somewhat close. But I think that 49ers will run away with it in the fourth quarter. It'll end up being like 28 to 17 or something. The Cardinals just can't score, man. They can't do anything offensively. I think they may be the worst team in football. If it's not the Bills, they are objectively. They are the only team without a win right now. So that's why I'm going with the 49ers here. And I think they're probably the worst team in football. So they're just not good, man. So going with the 49ers. All right, Sunday night. What a shit game, right? Texans, Cowboys. Both these teams are sleepers, man. I know they both won last week. I know, but they beat the Colts and the Lions. Like, are those really good teams? And I mean, I don't know, man. I think the Texans can win this game, and I almost want to pick the Texans because I think they have a better team. No, well, they don't have a better team. They have better players. I think they have I know Ezekiel Elliott's great, but that's really about all the Cowboys have. And Sean Lee's still hurt, I believe, or maybe he's back in, but. They're like those two good players. The Texans have a lot of good players. JJ Watson's good, man, and they have receiver Hopkins. They just haven't been able to click. I'm still gonna go with the Cowboys though. I hate to do that, but fuck you, Cowboys. I picked against you last week. If I pick the Cowboys, they lose. If I pick against them, they win. So this is me picking them. This is a win-win situation because if they lose, I'll be happy and I'll do a little dance because the Cowboys are my most hated team. They're my least favorite team in sports ever. I hate the Cowboys. So if they lose, I'll be happy, and if they win, I picked it right. But I think this will be I don't know, man. This is gonna be a low-scoring, like blah kind of game. But the Texans gonna win this, and they could come alive. But I'll not put my money on that. All right, last game Monday night, Redskins Saints. Redskins coming off a bye week. Saints coming off a win. Both these teams are good. I've been sleeping on the Redskins a little bit, primarily because I don't like them. I'm not a huge Redskins fan, for many reasons, which I'm not going to get into. But fuck, man, I just can't pick them against the Saints. The Saints defense isn't phenomenal. They're really not that good, though they looked good last week against the Giants, but it's because the Giants offense sucks. I think this would be a high scoring game, and if it comes to a shootout, if I'm picking Alex Smith or Drew Brees, why would I ever pick against Drew Brees? He's going to break that record. I just don't see the Redskins winning this one. They are, it could happen though. It could happen. The Redskins are a good team, just like the Bengals, just like the Titans. I've been under picking them, underestimating them, and they have kind of ruined me. If I picked all those teams like every week, I should have picked them. I would have been so good, man. Oh my god, I would have been great. I could have almost had a perfect season. It's those three teams that ruined me every week. Perfect. I want a perfect week. It's probably not going to happen ever, but we'll see. Anyway. Those are my picks for week 5. I'll go through them again. The Patriots, the Broncos, the Packers, the Panthers, the Titans, the Falcons, the Ravens, the Bengals, the Jags, the Chargers, the Eagles, the Rams, the 49ers, the Cowboys, and the Saints. Tell me how wrong I am in the comments, YouTube comments. If you're watching this on Twitch, hello. If you're watching this on YouTube, go check out my Twitch. I'm doing all sorts of spooky and scary streams. I'm playing all sorts of cool games. Over the course of October for Halloween. Stop by, chat, talk to me about football. I want to talk about football with you guys. So come on, come in my chat, man, and check out my Twitch. I have a lot of good streams, and I love hanging out with you guys. So thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking through this, and we'll see how wrong I'm going to be once again.